If you want to anti-alias in GIMP, there are actually a few different ways to do it, depending on what you're working on. In this video, I'll show you how to smooth jagged edges, make cleaner selections, and avoid harsh pixelated lines while drawing. This is a super useful fix if your image, logo, or selection looks too sharp or stair-stepped. And if this tutorial helps you out, be sure to hit like and subscribe for more quick GIMP tips and editing guides. Alright, let's jump into it. First, let's talk about fixing existing jagged edges. If you already have an image that looks rough or pixelated around the edges, GIMP has a built-in filter you can use to help smooth it out. To do that, go up to the top menu and click Filters. From there, hover over Enhance, and then choose Antialias. GIMP will analyze the hard edges in the image and apply a smoother transition by blending the pixels a little more naturally. This can be especially helpful for screenshots, cutouts, or graphics that look too harsh. Now, keep in mind that this is more of a cleanup tool than a perfect fix for every image. If the edges are extremely low quality, the improvement may be limited. But for many cases, it can make a noticeable difference and give your image a cleaner, more professional look. Next, let's look at how to prevent jagged edges while making selections. This is one of the best ways to get smoother results from the start. If you're using tools like Rectangle Select, Ellipse Select, or Fuzzy Select, you can enable anti-aliasing before you even create the selection. Start by choosing your selection tool from the toolbox on the left side of the screen. Then look down at the Tool Options panel, which is usually right underneath the toolbox. In that panel, find the box labeled Anti-aliasing and check it. Once anti-aliasing is turned on, your selection edges will be much smoother when they're applied. If you want even softer edges, you can also enable Feather Edges. Feathering adds a subtle blur to the selection boundary, which can be useful when you want a gentler blend into the background. If you use this option, try a small radius like 1 or 2 pixels to keep it natural. A little feathering goes a long way, especially on smaller graphics. This is really important if you're selecting objects for cutting, copying, masking, or recoloring. Without anti-aliasing, the edges can look blocky and sharp, especially when zoomed in or when used on high-contrast images. With it enabled, the transition looks much more polished. Now let's move on to drawing. If your goal is to create smooth lines while painting or sketching in GIMP, the easiest thing you can do is use the right tool. For cleaner, anti-aliased strokes, use the Paintbrush tool. The Paintbrush naturally produces smoother, more blended edges because it's designed to render soft transitions as you draw. That makes it a much better choice when you want crisp, clean lines without the rough pixel look. On the other hand, if you use the pencil tool, you'll get hard, aliased edges by design. The pencil tool is meant for pixel-perfect retro-style work where sharp blocks of color are actually the goal. So if you're trying to avoid jagged edges, stick with the paintbrush instead of the pencil. A good rule of thumb is this: use anti-aliasing for smooth, modern-looking graphics, and use the pencil tool only when you specifically want a sharp, pixel art style. That one decision alone can make a huge difference in how polished your final image looks. So, to quickly recap, if you need to anti-alias in GIMP, you can smooth existing edges with the Enhance Anti-alias filter, turn on anti-aliasing in your selection tool options, add feathering for softer boundaries, and use the Paintbrush tool instead of the pencil tool when you want naturally smooth lines. These simple settings can save you a lot of time and help your edits look much more professional. If you found this helpful, please give the video a like and subscribe to the channel for more GIMP tutorials, beginner tips, and easy editing workflows. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.